The key question is, does Ginny Thomas speak for or represent the thinking of Justice Clarence Thomas, who made those decisions, who recused himself in that other case? But this is true, forgive me, quack stuff that she's pushing out there and suggesting that Sidney Powell, perhaps the lead quack, run this operation.
Well, and I must say, spending a good deal of my adult life in the conservative community in Washington, D.C., this is one of the most disturbing things I've read. I can't believe I'm saying this through the entire Trump presidency and what we found out after the Trump presidency for three reasons. First of all, spouses do their own work. They can do whatever they want to do. Clarence Thomas does not tell his wife what to do and vice versa. We can make that assumption. But Ginny Thomas on her own has been a pillar of Washington, D.C.'s conservative community. She's revered. She's celebrated. The who's who of Washington, D.C. looks upon this woman as a leader of the conservative movement. It tells you how deeply corrupted and intellectually flawed that movement became through the Trump years. Ginny Thomas, I must say on a personal note, when I knew her serving in the House of Representatives, she was always an apologist for the Republican establishment. She always carried the water for the Republican establishment, and she has maintained those ties throughout her time in Washington, D.C. So Ginny Thomas is a representative of where the Republican Party has gone over the past 25, 30 years. That's frightening enough, reading these text messages. Secondly, you have the Chief of Staff of the President of the United States actually summoning the name of Jesus Christ. Think about the sickness of this. He summons the name of Jesus Christ for his help in overturning American democracy. Now, you could call it what you want to call it, but if you're trying to throw out a presidential election because you lost, that's overthrowing American democracy. And he says he will make it the fight of his life with the help of Jesus Christ to overturn American democracy. Okay, so see, here's the thing about Mark when he was trying to undermine American democracy. He said, this is a fight of good versus evil. But as a friend of mine said after reading the story last night, he's right. It was a fight between good and evil. He just got the jerseys mixed up. He was not on the side of good, using Jesus Christ's name to spread lies, to spread conspiracy theories. I'm telling you, that's a level of sickness I never thought I would see from my old party. And the third thing, that is, yes, it is shocking about this, that Clarence Thomas, when he had a case that came before him that he knew his wife would be associated with, didn't recuse himself. He was the lone dissenter to stop these text messages from coming out. And we've been told, by the way, that Clarence Thomas is in good health, that he's going to be fine, that he's recovered from treatment, and we are very grateful for that, and we look forward to him coming back on the court sometime very soon. What he did here, shocking. Any judge, you know what he said before, where he said the work of spouses can be separated out and should be separated out. They're independent actors, except when they're not. And here, this is where their work comes together. And I will say, Jonathan Lemire, the fact that Clarence Thomas did not recuse himself, the fact that the president's chief of staff, after a presidential election that everybody knows he lost, including Mark Meadows. Everybody knows he lost, including Mark Meadows. He says he's going to make it the fight of his life with the help of Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, to overturn American democracy. This is really, really sick stuff. And it really does show just the depths to which these people were willing to go to try to attack American democracy and throw out what Donald Trump's own people said was the cleanest presidential election in American history.